Hey guys, in today's video I'll be buffing and nerfing every single character in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Before I get started though, let me know what you will buff and nerf about your character in the comments below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. For Mario, I would make his up tilt have more hits done. This will allow him to combo off a bit better and extend his combos more. As for what I will nerf, I will make his up air have less knockback, making it so he can't let it off the top as easily as he can. This will make him more well-rounded. For DK, I didn't really know what to buff about him since all of his moves are really good and didn't need a buff. Is what I would say if jab didn't exist. So I decided to give him back his smash forward jab, which if you didn't know, comboed into grab. Now nerfing him was kinda hard since I was torn between making it easier to match how to grab, or take away down tilt's ability to randomly trip. But in the end, I decided to nerf his grab, because if you get grabbed at like 70 at ledge, that's probably your stock. Link was very easy to decide. I would buff his down tilt, making it faster and give him an actual fast sword move he can use in neutral, since a lot of his sword moves are pretty slow. As for nerfs, nerf is new, easy. Make it so it doesn't beat out almost every move like it does now. This is a pretty common buff about Samus. I chose to buff her up smash, making it actually connect better. And what I would nerf about her, I would nerf her up B, making it slower on startup. That way she can't just up B at a shield. She's a zoner, so she shouldn't have a fast get off me option. For Yoshi, I would buff his up tilt hitbox, making it so he could hit smaller characters. Nerfing him was kinda hard since I hate everything about him, but I decided to nerf the armor on his double jump so he can't escape combos as easily as he can. Kirby was really hard since giving him one good buff would make him 50 times better than he already is. In the end, I decided to buff his airspeed since it's one of the worst in the game and would really help him out in certain matchups. Nerfing him was pretty easy. I decided to make it so he can't low profile under a lot of moves like he can now. I really didn't want to buff Fox since this character's already broken as hell, but in the end I decided to buff his up tilt hitbox so we can hit characters on ledge like in Smash 4. Kinda over the top, but oh well. As for nerfs, I decided to nerf his Nair, making it a bit less safe on shield since Fox over relies on Nair to start everything for him. For Pikachu, I'll make his fair connect a bit better than it does now, and as for nerfs, I will just take away his ability to hand Pancake. Pretty simple. I hate Luigi with a passion, but I can't deny his recovery is in dire need of a buff, so I'll give him back his Smash Voice Slide Clone's ability to help him recover. And nerfing him, I decided not to nerf his Zero Death combo. While yes, it is annoying, there is some counterplay to it, but Down B is a frame 1 combo breaker that kills and has a stupid hitbox and a win box for some reason. Yeah, no, nerf this f***ing move by taking away the intangibility he gets. For Ness, I would make his PK Flash an actual move. It's slow and it's weak for a kill move and only has like 2 uses, stalling off stage and a really niche combo tool. So yeah, I make it stronger move overall. And I nerf his Yo-Yo by taking away the hitbox that has been charging up this move. Falcon was pretty easy. I'd buff his turnaround animation so his leg doesn't stick out, preventing him from getting hits. For nerfs, I thought about nerfing his up B since I find that move really annoying, but changed my mind and decided to nerf his up smash. This move has a stupid hitbox and ridiculous kill power. Keep the kill power, sure, but please make the hitbox smaller. With Puff, I'm buffing her rollout. It's always been a terrible move, but I decided to make it so she doesn't go into free fall after hitting it off stage. And I decided to nerf it by taking away the invincibility on dash attack. For Peach, I decided to buff her fair, making it as strong as it was pre-patch. As for nerfs, I really wanted to get rid of her float entirely, but that would require it to be completely reworked. So I'm just going to say reduce the duration of float. I had no clue what to buff about Bowser since all his moves are insanely good and don't really need buffs. But if I guess I had to choose, I guess I'll make his fair have a bit less end lag, make it a better pressure tool and a better combo tool. Nerfing him was pretty easy. I decided to nerf his Flame Breath, making it do way less damage than it already does now. So I had no clue what to buff about Ices, so I decided to ask a friend of mine. He said he would fix Nana's double jump habit, making his recovery better, and he would nerf Blizzard by making it so it doesn't lock the opponent in shield, so allowing them to jump out of it or roll out of it. Thanks again, Aiden, really appreciate it. For Sheik, I'll buff her down throw so that way she has a more reliable way to take stocks. And for nerfs, I would nerf her up B by taking away the invincibility she gets so she can actually be edge guarded, and even then she would still have a really good recovery. For Zelda, I decided to buff her grab by making it faster. It's got decent range, but it's pretty slow compared to normal grabs. And now this is a pretty big nerf, but I will nerf her down B by taking away the hitbox below ledge. And even without that, she would still have really good tools for ledge trapping. Buff his up B, it's absolutely pathetic. As for nerfs, I'll reduce the kill power on his down B. That move murders at ridiculous percents. This might be crazy, but I decided to give him back his pre-patch F tilt. and I decided to nerf his nair by making it a worse combo tool early on. For Falco, I'm going to buff his upbeat by making it go farther, not as far as Fox, but somewhat close. And I'm nerfing his up tilt by making it less safe on shields so that way he can't just spam it. For Marth, I decided to make it easier for him to land tippers, making him way better than he is now. And I probably nerfed the kill power of this tipper side B, since that thing is stupid. Lucina was pretty easy buff wise, I just give back a pre-patch forward smash. But nerfing her, I had no idea what to do. She's just too honest for her own good. I guess I'll nerf her shield breaker, making it do less shield damage. Young Link was also pretty easy. I decided to buff his Zair, reducing its end lag, making it a better recovery tool. And I decided to nerf his side B by making it less safe on shield. Poor Ganon is in need of massive buffs, but not to his moves. I'm buffing his run speed, which will make him way better than he is now at helping him out in almost every single matchup. Now, nerfing him did hurt me because I love Ganon, but I decided to nerf his nair by making the hitbox smaller. Mewtwo was very easy to decide. Get rid of the tail hitbox, or hitbox. I don't know why that was a thing from the start. I nerfed Shadow Ball's hit stun, making it a worse combo tool. For Roy, I buff his counter, giving it less end lag, so that way if he misses off stage, you can recover easier. And I would nerf side B, free. Kills earlier than limit crosshatch for some reason? Nah, nerf this move. Crown was also very easy, and this change will buff and nerf him at the same time. I will change his up B, making it similar to Marth and Lucina. This will give him a better recovery and take away his Chroma side. I really didn't want to buff Game & Watch, but I guess I'll make his up tilt an actual move. I don't know how yet, but this character doesn't deserve it. And I will nerf his up B at his shield, making it slower and take away the intangibility he gets. For Meta Knight, I'll make his fair a bit safer since it's one of his most unsafe aerials he has, and I'll nerf his down B by making it so you have to do the attack if it's used, giving him less mix-ups. For the pits, I'd buff their nair hitbox since it's pretty bad, and I'd probably nerf their down B, making it so they can't beat out attacks from below. For Zeus, I buff her fair by making it so opponents don't fall out of it anymore. And I was pretty torn between nerfing her up B kill power or her Zair, but in the end I chose to nerf her Zair by making it less safe on shield. For Warrior, I'd make it so Nair 1 always connects into Nair 2. Doesn't seem like a big buff, but it would help him out in so many matchups. And I'd probably nerf the kill power of his Waff, but not by too much. I don't want to buff Snake since he doesn't need buffs, and this character is so stupid, but I guess I'll give him like his pre-patch Nikita. As for nerfs, I'm making Grenade frame 3 instead of frame 1. That doesn't seem like much, but trust me, it'll make him so much easier to fight. That was pretty easy. I'll just give him like his pre-patch Nair. And I'll probably just nerf the kill power on his Ash deck. Easy. Squirtle was kind of hard to decide, but I decided to buff his up smash by making it a better kill move. It's already slow and isn't really that strong. As for nerfs, I make F tilt send you at a higher angle, making it harder for him to tech chase you. Now I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to give Ivysaur back his pre-patch Dare. And nerfs, I nerf up air. Either make its hitbox smaller or make it weaker in kill power. Either one works for me. For Charizard, I buff his up tilt, making it a better combo tool and actually making his wings intangible like the tips say. As for what I nerf, I just make his tipper backer a worse kill move. Diddy doesn't need a buff, so I'll just make his first stronger, I guess. And now this is a pretty big nerf, but I take away Monkey Flip's ability to command grab and just make it the kick. For Lucas, I give him back his smash forward grab, making it a better combo tool. And as for nerfing him, I would make his tether recovery have less range. Sonic doesn't need buffs, but I'll just make homing attack have less lag when it misses. Nerfing him was also pretty easy. I'd take away the intangibility he gets on spin dash, making it easier to challenge him and make it harder for him to clean beat out attacks. For DDD, I'm going to buff his airspeed, like Kirby. It's garbage and really limits his character with 5 jumps. And I probably nerf his down beat by taking away its ability to hit below ledge, making his ledge trapping less annoying to deal with. For Olimar, I would just give him back his pre-patch forward smash, simple. For nerfs, I'd increase the time it takes him to pull Pikmin, since he can do it stupidly fast already. For Lucario, I make him heavier, allowing him more chances to use Aura. But for nerfs, I would tone down how strong Aura is on all of his moves, so it's like a trade-off. Rob already has everything a character could want. The only thing holding him back is his size, so I'll make his hitbox a bit smaller. And nerfing him was kind of annoying since there are so many nerfs I would give him, but I decided on making his side B last less longer and be weaker in knockback. Toon Link is the same as Young Link. I will reduce the air lag of his Zair, and I'll make his up B at his shield slower. Again, he's a zoner, so he shouldn't have a good get off from the up him, especially one that kills. Wolf was pretty easy. I'll just give back his pre-patch down smash. Might be a bit extreme, but oh well. And for what I nerf, I would do some knockback of a sweet spot back here since that thing hits like a tank. For Villager, I'd give him back his leaf shield before it got patched. Simple. And I'll make his down there have less amp lag since his move he can just throw out there and not really get punished for it all too much. For Wii Fit, I buff her fair hitbox since it's pretty niche and not the greatest. And I nerf it by toning down the buff she gets on her down B, mainly the damage and knockback buffs. For Rosa, I'd make it so where Luma comes back a bit faster, similar to Smash 4. And I will nerf her down B by adding more end lag, making it more committal, since there's little to no risk when using it. For Mag, this is a huge buff. I'll make it to when he gets hit out of side B, he gets it back. And for nerf, another big one is make KO punch blockable. For Greninja, I'll make his up smash connect properly. The amount of games I've seen Greninja players lose because up smash didn't work is insane. And I probably nerfed the angle dash attack Senzu Web, making it a harder combo tool. For Palu, I will buff, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'll give back a pre-patch Nair. God help us. And nerfing it was pretty easy. I'm taking away the invincibility she gets on backer, making it easier to challenge it. Pack was pretty easy. I'll buff his up smash, giving it a scoop box, and just making the hitbox a bit bigger. And I'll make his Nair slower. Another zoner at heart, so I don't know why he has insane boxing options. Robin was kind of weird because this character is possibly the most sauceless character, and I don't know anything about him. But I guess I'll make his tones and lemon sword take longer to run out, I guess. And I'll nerf his arc fire by making it last less long, so it's harder for him to combo out of it. Shulk was way easier compared to Robin. I would buff his back air, giving it back its smash for a hitbox. And I'll nerf him by taking away Monado arts out of hit stun because that is some bullshit. Junior is a bit of a weird one since he's not a real character, but I would buff his down B to where instead of it flopping on the ground, when it hits his shield, it'll just go back the way it came from. And with nerfing him, I guess I'll make his forward smash less safe on shield. Another weird character to decide. God, Smash 4 sucks. Anyway, for Duck Hunt, I'll buff his downer, making it connect better. And I will nerf him by making Cam frame 3 instead of frame 1, making it a worse combo breaker. Now, I know nothing about FTC characters, and out of all of them, Ryu is the one I have the least knowledge about. But I guess I would increase the priority of Fireball so it doesn't lose as many moves. And I guess I would nerf the kill power on this true Tatsu, but not by too much. Ken gave me a lot of trouble on what I should buff, but I decided to make it so you can't SDI his Shoryuken. But in turn, I would also nerf the kill power of his Shoryuken since that thing murders hella early. Cloud was pretty easy for both sides. I'll buff his recovery, making it go farther and give it a more horizontal momentum. And I'll nerf his back air by making it less safe on shield. -3 is actually insane. For Corrin, I'll make her side B have less end lag, similar to how it was in Smash 4. And I'll nerf her up B by taking away the intangibility she gets at the start of the move, making it easier to edge guard her. Okay, so Bayo, this is going to be a bit of a trade-off. I'll take away Bats Within and give her regular dodge moves, taking away her combo breaker and giving her better dodges with actual invincibility. For Inkling, I'll increase the window on up throw up air, allowing him to have an easier time killing. And nerfing him was kinda hard because I was stuck between two things, making it easier to match out a roller, or make neutral B not long into shield. But I decided to nerf side B since I hate the match mechanic and roller lasts for literal years. This move. For Ridley, I'll buff his downer by making an actual move by giving it less end lag and making the hitbox better. And I'll nerf his side B by making it so you can mash out of it even if Ridley is at lower percent than you. For the Belmonts, I'll just make the up B go farther horizontal wise. Simple. And I'll nerf the Holy Water by making it so it doesn't hit ledge, making the ledge trapping less obnoxious to deal with. My cable was fairly easy, so I'll just make it so the opponent can't use his own crown against him. That's honestly how it should have always been. And I will nerf him by giving his fair more end lag. I did consider taking away his belly armor, but that's really the only thing keeping him from not being the worst in the game. Now, this is something I'm pretty sure every Isabel player wants, but I'll make her side B an actual command grab instead of a hit grab. And I'll nerf her jab, which is a great combo tool, leads into kill confirms, really safe and has an annoying sound. Yeah, nerf that. For instant, I'm going to buff his up B so you always hit the spike after the first hit. And I decided to nerf Revenge by making it frame 5 instead of frame 3. Plant was a really weird one since he's just a cheese gimmick character. So I decided to buff his Nair by making it more combo tools similar to Palu. And I would definitely nerf the kill power on Patui. For Joker, I'll buff his up B with Arsene, making it harder to 2-frame him, since it just makes edge guarding him way easier. And I'll nerf him by taking away the Arsene meter he gets when he dies, instead just making the bar fully empty. For Hero, I'll buff his up smash, giving it a scooping hitbox similar to Martin Lucina. And I will just take away the ability to crit on his smash attacks, simple. For Banjo, I'll buff his up throw, making it a better combo tool. I did consider Infinite Wonder Wings, but I think that'll be too broken. And I'll probably nerf down tilt's ability to 2-frame. This is a pretty big change, but for Terry, I'm making it so you can't STI his power dunk anymore. Now, I do think that infinite sweepers are dumb, but he kinda does need them, so I'll just tone down the knockback on them. Mainly Buster Wolf. For Bardeth, I will buff the run speed on the ground since they are insanely slow. And I will nerf them by taking away the landing hitbox of Nair, giving it less negative on shield. I really don't want to buff Min, but I guess I'll just give it back her uppy before it got nerfed. And I nerf her by taking away her existence from the game. Not okay. I'll nerf her grab, making it so you aren't just get powered up anymore. Steve definitely doesn't need any buffs, but I guess I'll just buff his weight a bit. Not by much though. And there's a number of things I can buff, but one I decided on was taking away Minecart's ability to command grab. Sephiroth is probably the most disappointing DLC character we got. He's Sephiroth, so he shouldn't be the same weight as Kirby. So I'll buff his weight easily, give him more survivability. And I guess I'll nerf his down air by making the spike hitbox harder to 2-frame with. For Pyra, I would simply just make her a bit faster so she can actually keep up with some characters in neutral. And I would make the spike hitbox on there smaller. For Mirtha, this is kind of a niche one, but I would buff her dodge frame data, making it so she's invincible on frame 2 instead of frame 6 or 7, making her less susceptible to getting grabbed. And I would probably nerf her Nair by making it frame 10 instead of frame 8. Kazuya is weird to buff, but I guess I'll just buff his side B, allowing him to up B after side B. And nerfing him was actually the easiest choice out of everyone in this video, and actually the main reason I wanted to make this. I will take away the intangibility he gets on all of his moves. All of them. I don't care. For Sora, I'll buff the hitbox on Deb, making it a constant hitbox around you instead of it spinning around, because right now it's very easy to challenge. And I'll nerf his Nair by making it so you can actually SDI his loops. And that is it. Every character buffed and nerfed. If you have any questions about my choices, we can discuss it in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.